So he reached the ramp of the Brooklyn Bridge. I jumped out, thank you, and I'm hobbling again. And I bumped into this big guy now. And I'm expecting him to take a swing at me. Instead, the man looks at me, turns around, takes compassion on me. What can I do for you? He said, my name is Albert De Leon. I'm a senior counselor for a French bank. I said, if only you can show me that building. And I told him the building number where my wife works. I live right behind that building. What are the chances for you to bump into that one man, 40,000 people who live right behind that building? I never visited my wife there because of security reasons. I don't want to go through 3 sets of metal detector. I sat down on the bridge. I said, I'm not going. He says, why? I said, because the hot wire, the bridge, everybody's going to die. Now he looks at me as if I'm crazy. I said, listen to those sounds above. And you can hear the jet fighters hovering over lower Manhattan. Stan, do you know what that sound is? Yeah. What is it, Stan? That is Uncle Sam taking care of business. He says, come on, let's go. And we got up and started running again. We're pushing people. We got to the lobby. When we got there, the security guard looks at me, reaches for his guard stick, and says, oh, no, you're not coming in here. Now, I want you to picture this scene. I'm covered in blood, no shirt. Black and blue. I'm one of the bad guys. And he reached for the guard stick, and I took a karate stand. And he went walk like this, and I kicked that man so hard I thought I killed him. He just flew. And the security guard, the next one, he reached for his guard stick, and I took another stand. He says, come on. I don't mind killing you if I have to. All I want to do is to see my wife. All I want is to go home to my family. And Albert was making so much noise. He said, look, I was in Vietnam. I'll take care of the rest of them. No. The receptionist heard we were looking for Jennifer Praimnath in the legal department. She remembers the name. She calls the department, and in the corner of my eyes, there's a man running, coming towards us, Greg. And as he reached the guys, he pushed, what are you doing? Stan is a good guy. Dr. Woods, this man had a white shirt, no undershirt on. He took out his white shirt and said, here, Stan, take my shirt. He said, give this man anything he wants, but make him well. Stan, I can't spend some more time with you here. We have an emergency meeting. General Counsel has an emergency meeting, the stock exchange, that is. If this Bible was to be rewritten in modern days, this man would have been the Good Samaritan. The nurse came instead and gave me one of her jackets. Stan, we don't have the facility here to take care of you. All I want to hear is my wife's voice, that she's okay. But I can't remember her home number. I'm crazy in my head. So give me a phone. And my left hand, I'm playing with the numbers. Number pop in my head, and here's Jennifer on the other line. Jen? It's me, Stan. What are you doing this for? What are you playing pranks with me for? Please don't do this to me. The Lord took care of me. I'm coming home. Please don't do this. My husband is dead. No, coming home to you girls. And I hung up that phone. See, she was going to work that day. The first building is in flames. And as you stand up and they're watching the spectacle, the plane hit that second building. And she knew in her heart I was gone with the Lord. The nurse took me, tried to bandage my wounds a little bit, clean me up a little bit, walked me down to the subway. He said, Stan, I can't send you home with a cab because they shut down the parkway. And we waited there. She had taken for lunch that day a sandwich, an apple, a bottle of water. She said, Stan, I want you to take this. No, I'm not in the mood to have lunch anytime soon. And the train starts to run. And I take a connection, got back to my car, where I parked up in Ozone Park. I got in the car, I realized I can't fit. The seat belt is not buckling around me, I'm swollen. It's an effort for me to get it on. And I'm scared of getting a ticket. And like a robot, I drove home. And when I got home there, we had lost the front door keys. But my wife is standing up, had a big glass door in the front door there, and all the neighbors are out. And as I got home there, pull up in the driveway, all the neighbors, oh God, Stan, thank you, you're alive. And they're hugging me, kissing me. So you better be careful how you live. People are identify you because of your church affiliation. Thank God. Some of these folks don't go to church, but they're thanking God that I live. And they were hugging me, kissing me. And I walked in, And my little daughter, Caitlin, well, our little daughter was 4. Stephanie was 8.5. And I reached for my little daughter, and when I reached for that child, she's screaming, "Please don't touch me, you're not my daddy, please don't touch me." And she is hiding by my wife. When your little girl looks at you and can't recognize you, you've reached that breaking point. And I reached for her older daughter, Stephanie. And this child had a butter knife in one hand my wife wasn't aware of. And this child looks at me and says, "Dad, if you didn't come home, I was going to kill myself." And when that child said what she said, after all that I went through, it didn't mean anything. All I remember, I hugged my family. I said, "Lord, thank you." I'm lying down, and a doctor is leaning over me. And I can hear every word this man is saying. But I couldn't respond in speech. He said this man lost his mind. He said it might take a day, a week, a month, a year. Eventually, he might snap out. Chances are he wouldn't. But take him home. I gave him medication to knock him out. He should sleep out the feeling. But my adrenal gland was pumping so much adrenaline, he was overriding the medication, I couldn't sleep. And I sat there, and I don't remember what day. We don't talk about it anymore. I don't remember what day, how many days. My wife never told me. And I remember I'm sitting down on the couch, and the newscaster is saying 911 is an emergency number, and September is spelled with 9 letters, and she's going on and on and on. And it dawned on me that deliverance is spelled with 11 letters. And I says, "Jen, can you bring me my Bible?" And she's like, "Oh my God, he can talk again." That kind of look. I had an old King James Version of the Bible, a zipper around, and all the pages are loosening up. And she's like, holding it like this, as if she's scared to come close towards me. And I'm looking for 911 in that Bible. My pastor also always tells us that all the answers are in the Bible. So I'm looking for the answers. And I'm turning in the Bible, and I stopped on Psalm 91, verse 1. And I'm reading, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." Powerful. And I'm taking all this in. And I'm going down to verse 15, "And he shall call upon me, I will answer him, will be with him in trouble." Goes on to say, "With long life shall I satisfy him and show him my salvation." And I snapped out. I was fine. The stock exchange gave me 10 free sessions of counseling. I went the first day counseling. The lady says, "Tell me why you're here." By the time I'm finished, she was in tears. So I start telling her about God and His grace. Today, she's a born-again Christian. She says, "Make an appointment to come back." The second, third day. The third day I made an appointment. She says, "But the fourth day now." Says, "I'm not coming back." She says, "Why not?" I said, "Because God heals my body. He's going to heal my mind." I went to church, put them all down before the cross there. I says, "Lord, you promised me in your word. I'm going to have the victory. You're going to fight my battles. I don't have anything to worry." Got up, never went back counseling. Of course, I shrunk from 180 pounds to 165 in 2 weeks. I came down with asthma, bronchitis, triple pneumonia, elevated cholesterol, elevated blood sugar. 2 weeks after I went back to the doctor, he says, "You're fine. There's nothing wrong with you." He's not giving us that spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. I got nothing to worry about. I went back to work the first Tuesday, the first Monday that is, in October. When I went back to work, nobody could have gotten in contact with me to look at me as if it's a zombie coming in. I was able to go back. That same year, October. Today I just want to give God all the thanks and all the praise because He deserves it. He's the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Prince of Peace. He is Jehovah Jireh. We might be going through a rough time in our lives, right among us here. All of you are good, stone-washed, blood-washed, heaven-bound Christians. All that good stuff. All of you, I'm sure. But I'm sure in my heart, some people right here might be going through that little financial crisis, that emotional problem, and you don't know who to turn to. Rest assured, there is somebody who don't have to ask you for a fee. You don't have to make an appointment to go to. All you got to do is tell them your problems. Leave it right there, and you're fine. If you think in your heart that you're one of those persons, come straight up here and we would pray for you. And if you feel to stay right there in your seat, it is fine. My daughter, Caitlin, used to sing in Sunday school. She still does. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. When a child sings that song, it means something else than when an adult sings it. She's been singing for the Lord. But I can tell you what Job says in 37:5. He does wondrous things, marvelous things that we cannot comprehend. People would stop me ever so often and tell me, Brother Stan, I know what you're going through. Hang in tough. You would never look at me and know what is passing through my mind, or that other brother or sister who is sitting with you right there, right now. You would never understand what is passing through their mind. But rest assured, there is somebody who hears, listens, and answers. We don't know why. We don't know how. I used to ask myself, Stan, why? Of all these good men and women and children, why you? And I stopped asking myself that question. Why not you? A man stopped me at Roosevelt Field Shopping Mall. My wife took me kicking and screaming shopping. I hate shopping. Brother Stan, how you doing? You blessed my hearts many, many evenings. You know, looking at that CD. Before I answer, my wife says, look at him. He's well done. We walk in the house. I said, explain well done. He says, Stan, well, you were in a towering inferno. Like the 3 Hebrew boys. You remember them? They came out unscratched, unharmed. You came out well done. She can tell me that. She's liked. But praise the Lord. He's been meeting all our needs. I went back to work. One mind, one body, one soul, one accord. I've been traveling around like crazy. If you never see me back here, rest assured that I'm in another church or another college or another school somewhere around the country. So bear Jennifer, and Stephanie, and Caitlin, and myself in your daily prayers. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. You've moved our hearts today. I'd like to invite you to stand. And a moment ago, Stan said if you'd like prayer, come to the front. We want to give you that opportunity. I don't know if you even know this old chorus, but came to me as he was speaking at the end, leave it there, take your burden to the Lord, and leave it there. And why don't we just sing that a cappella, and if you would like special prayer today, just come and kneel at these altars. We'll certainly want to give you that opportunity. Leave it there.